Yo, what's going on, people? Welcome back to Football Carnage. And we got another edition here of Rival Talk right for you guys on the channel. And before we even get into who these two fine young gentlemen are, I need you guys to definitely smash that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel as well and get in the live chat. Let us know what you guys are thinking about some of the things that we talk about. And yeah, man, look, you guys already know, or you should know these two people, right? My guy Edwin has been on the channel a few times. And Staffy, technically making his debut, but like not really debut, because we've co-streamed before, but like it's his first time being on my channel without the co-stream. So this is like a massive day for my channel here. I might have to like put this down as like a day to really remember. But yo, big up to everybody that's gonna be in here. As I said, make sure to smash that like button and also subscribe to Staffy's channel. I have that put in my title, so you just click the hyperlink, brings you right there. I mean, like, what you at, bro? What, like 5.2K subs?
5.2, yeah, something
like 5.2. All right, bro. And you just got to 5K like last week, so you're moving pretty quick. So yeah, guys, look, need you to go over there and subscribe. But if you're probably over here, 9 out of 10, you're over there. But if you're not, definitely make sure to do that. And you know, my guy Edwin don't got a channel, so can't plug nothing for him but the IG. But
wow, that's crazy. It's crazy.
What's going on, fellas?
Can't complain, man. Can't complain. As always, it's a Monday afternoon or evening, I guess you could say. I'm not sure where Staffy's located, but I know over here is evening, and
he's very local. Very local to me. Very local.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, bro. Staffy about like
oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
we live down the street from each other.
Yeah, basically. But yo, Staffy, you good, bro? I saw Olympic stuff. You was doing that watch along. You was going through it.
Olympics to be proud of. We're doing the Arsenal, journey to be proud of. Yeah. But listen, we lost to the better team. Let's just be honest. We had no chance against this France team. That country is stacked from top to bottom on all levels, from their under 18s to under 23s to their Olympic team to their first team to their reserves to their everything, bro. That country is stacked, But we took our loss with humility. We did not sing any racist chants. Argentina, you should learn a thing or two from us. But listen, it was a tough game.
For sure,
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me. And make sure you guys smash the likes and share the video. I don't say that enough on my channel. I don't say it on enough channels. Make sure you share this video. Get my guy to 2K.
Yes, no, yo, bro. I think that we're over 2K now, if I'm not mistaken.
Are you over? The last time, yeah. I've been on vacation for a while. You are over 2K. I didn't know that.
Bro, growing, bro.
Good shit.
Yeah, man. Yo, guys, since he also brought up about getting over 2K, something else that's fairly new to the channel, I got memberships. I'm partially monetized. So look, little shameless plug here. But, if you want to be a member of Football Carnage, I think I called it like Carnage Mob or some shit. It's a little tacky, but, it is what it is. Like, we got some cool custom badges, some custom emojis and whatnot. So, if you guys want to, support the channel a little bit more outside of just the likes, then you guys could do that. But definitely do not have to. Yo, big up to everybody that's in here, though, guys. But, yo, we got a lot of stuff to get into. And it's just so much. And I'm thinking, what, where could we start off? And then I'm like, you know what? It just makes the most sense to start off with Atletico Madrid. It seems like these guys are going shopping in the Premier League. Now, we'll talk about the Julian Alvarez deal, but we got to start off with the deal that's actually finished and over the line, and that's Conor Gallagher. I know a lot of people online crying about how Chelsea might have treated him by potentially banishing him from the first team and all of these things. But at the end of the day, they ended up getting the deal done for about, 30-something million with a player with only 12 months left on their deal. But I mean, how do you guys feel about Conor Gallagher headed over to Atletico? I don't really care who starts first, by the way. It doesn't matter.
45 mil, is it? 40 mil?
I think it's 40 million euros. I think it's 30-something million pounds.
Still, bro, this is why, listen, when I ask for 30 mil at least from McTominay, it's because I know things like that can happen. I'm looking at the market. Conor Gallagher is going for 40 M's.
Yeah.
Plus, you know there's gonna be some cheeky add-ons. You know what I'm saying? Some bonuses. Oh, bonuses, easy bonuses and stuff like that. Listen, bro. This whole Conor Gallagher thing going on with Chelsea, I'm not gonna lie, he just caused the headache that I don't think was needed. You know, at the end of the day, this is not Frank Lampard being sold at his prime. This is Conor Gallagher. I don't care that he's from Cobham. I don't care that they feel like, oh, the youth are being mistreated. Now it's sending a message that all the academy players, once you make it, you're gonna get sold, bro. Who cares, bro? First of all, you're going to Madrid. It's not like they're sending you to the end of the bottom of the world where it's just like a horrible place to live. You're going to Madrid. You're going to live in sunny Madrid. You're going to play for Atletico Madrid, who probably has a better chance to win the league anyways in their country than Chelsea has a chance to win the league in England. Let's just be honest. You know? And other than that, it's a ruthless business. It's always been ruthless. And listen, Abramovich used to do a lot of that. He used to chop and change players. He used to chop and change managers. And now these guys are crying now because they lost one of their academy players. Guess what? He's not good enough anyways. I understand it's a bad look that they're selling all these academy players. But you know what? They got to back the new manager. They got to give him what he wants. And if he says Conor Gallagher is not good enough to play the way I want to play, and in reward, you're about to get about 35 million pounds, I don't understand what you're complaining about. I wish I could get 35 million pounds from my bums, because none of my bums at United are worth 35 pounds. So that's something they shouldn't be complaining about, if I'm being honest. It's a good deal for everyone.
It is. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that it's a great move. He's gonna fit right in for that athletic system that they have over there. I think that for Chelsea fans who was just talking bad about Conor Gallagher, this guy was actually statistically one of the best players for them last season. I mean, like, he was an integral part. No, seriously, I checked it now.
Wait, based off what? Like numbers?
Numbers.
Stats,
Numbers.
Okay. I was about to say, because the eye test didn't tell you that.
Statistically was one of the better players for them last season. So, like, honestly, he's not as bad as what people make him to seem. I really don't think he's that terrible of a player. Now, obviously, he's not that good on the ball. His passing is not that great, but he's going to a system where I feel as though it's defend first. We know how Simeone plays ball over there, and like it's more so a place where he can gel into. Now, I don't really care about the whole sell our academy players either, because it's like, do you want to continue to run the club in a proper way or not? Like, do you want to find a way to back your manager or not? Like, if he doesn't want these young players into the squad, I don't see why you wouldn't find ways to get rid of guys like Conor Gallagher and other players too. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me at all, to be honest with you. I just think that ultimately, though, when it comes down to it, it's a business and you have to find profit. You think I'm crying over here that we sold Emil Smith-Rowe to Fulham? No, I'm happy. This is a good deal. All right? It's a great deal for a guy who's been injured, hasn't got that much play time in the past. So same thing, similar thing, at least for Conor Gallagher. They don't really rate him that much, okay? He's not going to be in the future plans for them. 35 M's or whatever the price tag is, 40, that's a good deal for Conor Gallagher, who we're all talking about as if he's trash. Well, he's not really trash, though. But 35 M's is a good deal in my case. I would have taken that in a heartbeat for sure.
Yeah, I mean, look, like the whole thing. So, like, my issue with it is people crying about, oh, he's proper Chelsea and he's from the academy. Bro, it's like you said, it's a business, bro. But people want things to work out like it's a Disney movie, bro. Like, this is life, right? Conor Gallagher was trying to leave on a free in 12 months, right? Chelsea offered him 3 contract extensions. I don't give a damn whether he liked the terms or not. Point is, they offered it to him to keep him at the club. He rejected them. So should they have allowed him to continue to stay at the club, play games for an entire season, and then just walk out the door for free? Like, that's how I view it, right? And I think this is why you see Chelsea are one of the best. Well, okay, maybe not now, but definitely like Roman Abramovich, they were one of the best run clubs in the world for being ruthless in the market, from selling players and doing these different things. So, you know, I don't really get like what people expect him. Now they lose him for free. Let's say they don't sell him this summer. He leaves next. And now everybody's cursing out Chelsea for not getting any money for Conor Gallagher. So it's kind of like a damned if you do, damned if you don't. But I think he's going to cook at Atletico. I'm not going to lie, bro. Like, that system, he's definitely going to fit right in, right? Simeone is going to have him running and running. Now, thing is, I don't know if he starts for them, though. That's the thing, because I'm trying to think about their midfield, and I'm drawing a blank. But, I mean, nonetheless, right now, I mean, definitely is an upgrade, though, right? Champions League football. You know, Atletico is a big club, I guess. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got a nice stadium, but he's
better to
definitely
play
not
from Atletico right now than Chelsea, I'll tell you that.
No, I mean, look, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, and I
They're in
think
a better state right now than Chelsea. Maybe historically, they're not a bigger club. I'll
yeah,
still
nah.
say that Chelsea is a bigger club. But right now, it's probably a better thing to play for Atletico Madrid. You'll be playing the Champions League. And as I said, Atletico Madrid probably has a better chance to win La Liga than Chelsea has to win the Premier League. Not that I think Atletico Madrid is going to win it, but they'll be closer than Chelsea. I'm not going to lie. Because we don't even know if Chelsea's good enough for top 4 next season. So we'll see.
I mean, well, I think Chelsea's good enough for top 4 next season, but we're not gonna talk about.
Yeah,
that.
you have a little crush on Chelsea. I peeped that about you.
Nah, bro, it's not a crush. It's just I just rate a lot of those players that they
That's
have
a crush.
there. And there was not a crush. It's just me, being
Top,
like non-objective.
Good enough for top 4 next season.
Yeah, why can't Chelsea make top 4?
I mean, it's possible, but I don't think they'll come to being in top 4 next season. I don't, honestly.
Well, I mean, so if they don't make top 4, I wouldn't be surprised. But I'm saying I can definitely see them fighting for it. Like I think they'll be.
They should compete for top 4. I agree with you.
Yeah,
I said that actually on my channel today. I said I think United, Chelsea, Spurs, and Villa are all competing for top 4. The rest, I think Liverpool, Arsenal, and City got the first 3 spots in my opinion. So the rest can compete for top 4.
I actually think Liverpool might fall off a little bit, bro. I mean,
people are actually saying that they actually they believe in Arne Slot to keep the train moving for Liverpool and actually not drop off.
Yeah, no, look, we'll definitely get into that later on. But just one more thing on the kind of Gallagher thing is I was seeing a report that said Kieran Trippier was really crucial in convincing him to come. I forgot that he plays there. I didn't even think that he had another.
Trippier used to play there, but he's not there now.
Oh, yeah, he's at Newcastle. Yeah. See,
he
so how
was
the report kind of
he probably gave in a word.
Yeah,
he probably gave in a good word, but he's not there. Yeah.
All right, so then what you saying, bro? Jude, Conor Gallagher, Madrid derbies. You'll be there, Staffy?
I'll be there not to watch those two. I'll tell you that much.
The battle of English midfielders? Nah. All right, fine, fair enough. But look, Conor Gallagher news, it's out the way. I just wanted to touch on it though, because that news did break. I didn't even get a chance to record about it or nothing. So I was like, let's touch on this, open up with it. But the more important news, the one that's more exciting, Julian Alvarez. It looks like he's about to be on his way to Atletico Madrid. And when I first saw this break, I was like, you know what? This makes a lot of sense, right? I remember when he first was rumored that he may want to leave Man City, I was saying, okay, if I'm Julian Alvarez, the 2 clubs that I'd be looking at is PSG and Atletico Madrid, right? Atletico Madrid, damn near right after the Euros ended, Morata dipped. I mean, he couldn't wait to leave. That's what it looked like. And now it looks like, Antoine Griezmann's on his way to Los Angeles or something like that. And they did sign Alexander Sorloth after getting rejected by Dovbyk. But now it looks like they're about to get this guy through the line. I mean, that's a pretty good move, in my opinion. I really rate Julian Alvarez. I think that he's Man City's best striker. And I don't think that they're going to necessarily want to lose him, bro.
Oh, dear. Best striker.
Yeah, he's better than Haaland. He's a better footballer.
He's not a better striker than Haaland.
He's not. I don't know about that. I don't. I mean,
okay, so why not?
Tough take right there. I think that he's a good striker for what he does. Gives him good minutes, and I think he scored 19 goals, 13 assists last season. So that was pretty good for the entire round. But I don't know if I would put him in that Haaland class. Honestly, there's levels to this. When it comes down to finishing, Haaland's a way better finisher than Julian Alvarez is, and Julian Alvarez is a good finisher. He's done a good job for City and Argentina in the past. So it's okay, cool. I can see him going to Atleti and being able to produce on that front line. But to say he's not, or he's better than Haaland, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, you're waffling. I'm not gonna lie. He's not better than Haaland. Haaland is literally a generational finisher. You could question his ball playing ability. I always shit on it. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah,
I'm one of the first people to call it out. But to say that he's a better overall striker than him, no, he's not. No chance. Haaland's finishing. We've seen it. He's finishing at a generational rate, something we've never seen before. So no, it's a good signing, but let's not get carried away. It's not better than happening.
I'm talking about as a footballer.
Okay,
who cares? They're not signing him just as a footballer. They're signing him as a striker.
Yeah, and I think that his all-around game, I think he's a complete striker. To me, he has more about him than what Haaland is. Yeah, so Haaland is elite off the ball and elite in the box. I will give him that, right? And that's end of the day, that's the number one job that you want your striker to do. Fair enough. But I think if Haaland, let's say, God forbid, he got injured, missed the whole season, and Julian Alvarez had to start up front for Man City, I think he bags 20, 25 goals. Not as much as Haaland would.
Haaland's back in 30 goals, though.
No, okay, that's fine. He's a better finisher, right? Haaland's a better finisher, but I still think that they'd have been fine with Julian Alvarez up front.
He wouldn't back 25. You're a little bit reaching right now.
No. I said 20 to 25. Like, I think that he would be in that golden boot conversation. Like, that's
he's a good player. I like him, but he's not as good because there's nothing that he excels at the rate that Haaland excels at finishing. When you look at Haaland, his finishing and his variety of finishing in the box, especially, and his movement and his physicality, you can give him a 9 or a 10 out of 10 in so many things. And obviously, as I said, his ball playing, yes, his link up is not good. His dribbling is not the best. But what he's good at, he's about a 9 or a 10 out of 10 out of it. At worst, he's an 8 out of 10 in some of these things. Julian Alvarez does not excel at anything exceptionally to be compared to Haaland. Like, whatever, you can say that Julian Alvarez is a 7 out of 10 in so many things. But he's not a 9 or a 10 out of 10 like Haaland is. That's why I'm saying Haaland is generational. Julian Alvarez is a good striker. I'm not going to lie. We shouldn't even be spending this much on this conversation, if I'm being honest.
Okay, wait. But are you saying that just because he's been coming off the bench? So it's like, it's kind of small sample sizes. Like, we don't actually know what he can do.
I've watched him enough to say, like, if he's, like, so good enough. Because I could watch someone off the bench and be like, wow, how's this person on the bench? I don't really watch him and think that, if I'm being honest with you. Like, I think he's good. I think he should be starting somewhere. But I'm not putting him in Haaland debates as soon as he goes to another team.
Look, bro. Well, you know I'm here to run some agendas, bro. I fully believe
I know. You know,
he's a better player. I fully believe that he's a better player than Erling Haaland. But, yo, Edwin, talk to me about the fit, though, at Atletico Madrid. I mean, I was on the football terrace, and I forget who the guy's name was, but big up to him. But he was saying that strikers go to Atletico Madrid and die. And I kind of felt that was a weird comment to make because what I remember about Atletico Madrid is that they usually always have a really good striker. So unless my football memory is kind of failing me here, right? I mean, like, they usually always have good strikers up front. And I think with them now getting Sorloth from Villarreal and then them adding in a Julian Alvarez, their striking is going to be really good next season. Like, I don't really see a drop-off from Morata and Griezmann. Well, Morata's left, but Griezmann possibly leaving. I don't really see a drop-off there, to be honest.
Yeah, there won't be no drop-off if Griezmann leaves. I think that he's probably making that comment because it's everybody else but Griezmann who has excelled. I don't know, compared to what he was maybe saying in the past. But I think that, Julian Alvarez going there would be much needed firepower for that team. It's to be seen on what happens as far as the ball playing skills and the system in which he'll fit in at that point in time. I think he's going to do great for them, honestly, but I don't know if he can lead the line by himself just yet, which is why you need the Sorlofs, you need the Antoine Griezmanns there, in my opinion, to start him off there so that we can see. Because honestly, sure, like, he was playing in a great City team, but it was also a great City team. It's nothing compared to Atletico Madrid. Like, let's stop it here, right? The squads are different, levels different. The ball playing tactics are different compared from Pep to Simeone. So obviously it's going to be a drop off in that aspect. So can he still be able to match that level of intensity moving forward? I don't know, because I've seen him only come off the bench consistently and give his all there. So I think he's going to do well to start off. I don't think he's going to, like, come in and shattering goals and having, like, a great start like Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang did for Barcelona a couple years ago. Like, that's not going to be what it is. But I think he's going to come in there and do a solid job for the most part and give him some type of another element to attacking for the front line. That's what I'll say.
All right, now fair enough. But then, like, do you agree with him wanting to leave Man City? Like, like, if you were Julian Alvarez, would you be leaving City? Because like how I view it is, he's already completed football. I don't know how old he is. I think Julian Alvarez got to be like 24, maybe 25. Yeah, like he's completed football. He's won everything that there is to win on international level, at a club level. I think he could do whatever the hell he wanted. Even if he wanted to go to Saudi Arabia right now, I wouldn't really criticize that move. So I think, him possibly going to him going to Atletico Madrid, I think it's an upgrade in terms of not
his
the team,
role
right?
is upgraded.
Yeah, basically it's like his role's upgraded, right? That's I'm pretty sure he's gonna maybe get more money at Atletico Madrid as well, right? You're gonna be playing for an Argentinian manager in Diego Simeone, right? You're gonna be like one of the focal points of a team that goes deep every year in the Champions League. You guys are gonna be in and around. I really do like the move. I know a lot of City fans are upset that he wants to go start, because it's like you guys said, he's not gonna start over Haaland. Like he's just not going to. So unless he's going to be fine coming off the bench, I mean, gotta go.
I mean, he has a chance right now to carve in his own like path for greatness. Right now, he was always coming off the bench for City consistently, right? And he, like you said before, he won everything. He's able to complete the highest of the highest in football for the most part. Now, when it comes down to it, he's still playing Champions League football, and they're signing him to be one of the guys. Not probably the guy, but at least one of the guys. When we looked at Julian Alvarez, he wasn't one of the guys at City. Like, he was a super sub, a really good one at that too, I guess you could say. But now he's coming in to be a focal point for Atleti next season. So now there's pressure on him.
Yeah, I mean, look, fair enough. I mean, last thing that I kind of did want to talk about with that is with him going to Spain, right? I remember saying before that there's a lot of Premier League teams right now that could use him. I mean, like, how come you think he didn't maybe go to like a Arsenal or that like a Chelsea didn't come in, maybe a Tottenham, something like that?
I'm not sure if I rate him enough for us to spend money on him. Like
what?
That. I don't.
You wouldn't take Julian Alvarez at Arsenal
to be the main guy? I don't know. I took my chances with Jesus and Havertz at that point, honestly.
You're waffling, bro.
What? Were you just not bigging him up?
Yeah, Heavy. But like I said before, right? It's similar to Jesus, right? In the past, I think that we as Arsenal fans were signing him, and we thought that we were signing him to be the guy. No. He was to be one of the guys for the project that was building up. I don't look at Julian Alvarez and say, "Oh, we need to have him to be like the guy." He'd come in to be one of the guys, but like you tell me all the time, we need a needle mover. I'm not sure if he's a needle mover for us. I really don't. I think he's a good player, but I'd rather roll with Jesus. I'm not gonna lie with you, to be honest with you, or get someone else. And I don't really rate.
Julian Alvarez. Jesus plays like half a season for you. I don't know how you say that. I'm not gonna lie.
But as far as like the all around footballing game, I like what I have already. I don't think I would spend money on a guy who could be honest. To be honest, like he was a sub. You know, we're gonna buy more players from.
Were you just not bigging him up?
I was, and now he's going to a different place. To again, it'd be a similar situation where he's going to another club to be one of the guys now, right? Or one of the main guys, I guess you could say. But here, I don't see how he would be the guy. We need the guy type of player, not one of the guys type of player.
Yeah, but that's the same thing you did. Jesus said you're just bigging up. He was a bench for City when you signed him. So that's
but the thing is, Jesus couldn't even start at Man City when they sold Aguero. They was running.
I'm saying he was actually
they switched their whole formation to still not start him. They were running a false nine with Gundo and Phil Foden.
They had no striker, and he still couldn't.
That's fair. That's fair. But look at the timeline from when we signed him up until now. Jesus, like we needed just good players. He was a good player. Now looking at it back, it's like okay, he's a good player, but we need a needle mover to take us forward. Like it's different timelines.
So you're saying that you would rather start off next season with Gabriel Jesus, Eddie Nketiah, and Kai Havertz being
Eddie Nketiah is gone. Okay, Eddie
versus
gone.
Versus Julian Alvarez.
Does it look like it? You're still rejecting me.
Okay,
yo,
all right.
Drugs.
We
drugs.
have
Wait.
Talk and keep your deal on the table. All right. If we're not going to accept nothing less than 35 million,
all right, bro. We're gonna talk about that in a little bit. Staffy. I mean, like, why do you think no Prem teams came in for him, bro?
For who?
Julian Alvarez. Yeah.
He probably wants to go to Madrid anyways. You know, he's South American. He probably is tempted to go to sunny Madrid and all that stuff, play under Simeone. Let's be honest. Why would you downgrade and go to any other team when you're playing for City? If he's going to stay in England, he might as well stay for City. You know, it's not like he's going to go to most of these teams and he's guaranteed to start. Because when you look at most teams, United already spent big money on 2 strikers. So it's not like we're ever going to go for him. And there's a rivalry there. So we'll probably never go for it. Arsenal, I mean, you're hearing how your boy here is snubbing him like he got anything better. You got Kai Havertz and he's acting like they're miles better. And then, I mean, you look at every other team. Who the hell is going to sign him? Probably Chelsea was going to be the only option. Remember, actually, they were linked with him earlier in the summer. That could have been the best possibility. And it would only, I'm not going to lie, it only would have made sense if they offered him like maybe significantly more money. And he just, as you said, he looks like he's just bored. So he just wanted a new challenge. So if that was the case, I would have heard it. But, bro, this guy already accomplished too much in football at such a young age. He's probably just bored at this point. He's doing side quests, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, facts, bro. Yo, bro, you know what the thing is, man? I want to do a little shameless plug. You know that he was in La Fabrica. He played for Madrid's youth team. for like a year, I
He
think.
played for whose team?
For Real Madrid's youth team.
Oh, did he? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, bro. It's like there's pictures like of him and everything. But look, before we move on, I just gotta say, Julian Alvarez, look, you saved Atletico Madrid, because the way that I was going in on them after Dovbyk rejected them to go to Roma, and then they bounced back with Sorloth, fuck that guy, by the way, and then they also now go sign Julian Alvarez. Yeah, man, look, they're gonna be dangerous next season. But it's gonna be sad for him, Staffy and Edwin, because you're in the same city as Real Madrid. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got the Bernabeu on the left, then you got whatever Atletico Madrid got going on like the right. But you gotta make the right.
Other teams have to field players. Every time
someone
goes
for
to Spain and not Madrid,
for sure,
you sit there and you say that. Do you want to?
No, for sure. But But bro, you know what it's like? Think about basketball terms, right? Like if you're in Los Angeles, you want to be on the Lakers,
like playing in the Nets instead of the Knicks. I hear you.
Yep. Oh my God,
Mikel. I hear you.
This guy, man. Nah, look.
Touche.
But guys, get in the,
that one. Come on,
yo, guys, get in the chat. Let us know what you think about Julian Alvarez headed to La Liga with Atletico Madrid. I think he's gonna do good there. Good player. Now, I saw a chat from my guy Ibrahim, and that's gonna kind of segue into the next point, and we'll actually start off with Staffy here. But he says, who do you think we will get in the midfield at Manchester United? Now, reason why that's an important, not super chat, but regular chat, like Ibrahim, big up to you, bro, is because they're saying that you guys are kind of backing off of the Ugarte deal, right? I mean, David Ornstein, he dropped the bomb on us today, and he said that you guys are going to look at other midfield options because PSG aren't really dropping their valuation. I mean, like, what do you think about that?
There's a God after all.
This guy, bro.
Alhamdulillah. I know you guys look like this. Alhamdulillah. Listen, bro. Thank God, bro. I did not want this guy anywhere near my team. Yeah, I'm trying to get rid of one bum, Casemiro, and they tried to get me the reinvented Casemiro. No, bro. I'm good. I need some footballers in the midfield. I don't need players who just try to run and just make tackles and get on one knee against what's his name? Fabio Carvalho? The guy from Liverpool?
Yeah.
I have Casemiro to offload off my team. I'm not trying to sign a similar one. If anything, this guy's more similar to Fred. And we didn't sell Fred for like 7 mil or whatever it is, just a year later to sign his regen, who's like a few years younger, for 60 mil. Bro, do you understand the disrespect? They tried to mug us, bro. They want 60 mil for Ugarte after they spent 70 mil for Joao Neves, who is significantly better than him. You're telling me you want me to fund your Joao Neves deal? Nah, bro. Am I stupid, bro? Do I look like a clown to you? No. I am so happy that Ineos pulled out of that deal. Because if they would have given us a loan with an option to buy or a cheeky 30 mil, 35 mil, I would be like, you know what? I hear it. But you're trying to make profit on him a year after you bought him when your manager doesn't even rate him. How does that make sense? How does it make sense that your manager doesn't rate him and you're trying to make profit off him? If I know you're trying to sell someone, I'm coming in for a cheaper deal. You're trying to make a profit on him. Nah, bro, I'm not a clown, bro. This guy doesn't even fit what we want to do with this team. Maybe his running power and his pressing in the team would have helped us because we do need runners. But my biggest issue right now is that I don't have players that are actually press resistant and decent on the ball in the build-up. And he would have been another one. I still need to go get technical players in our midfield. My midfield lacks one major thing, which is ball playing. And it's crazy. I have one of the worst midfields in the league. I can rely on someone else to press. Don't worry about it. I'll bring in Mason Mount to press for me. I'll bring on the new kid, Collier, to press for me. Don't worry about it. I'll make it up somehow. But bringing him, imagine a midfield of him and Casemiro playing in it. Oh, my Lord, bro. God save me. No. I'm so happy we didn't sign him.
But then you don't think that he could fit next to Kobe Mainu, though? In like a pivot?
No, because he's not a sitting six. He doesn't sit. His best defensive attributes are in the opposition's half. So he presses well. But once that once that press is beat, we have nothing in behind. And that's the issue we're suffering from anyways. So I don't need him, bro. If I would have had him and we sold Casemiro, I'd be like, okay, that's fine. Because it means I sold Casemiro, I got someone with other defensive abilities, and I'll still try to go and get Arabio or Zubamendi or whoever is out there. But to have him with the midfield that I have right now, he's not the missing piece, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's really not the missing piece.
What you saying, bro?
I agree with everything he said there, to be honest with you. I think that He's similar to Conor Gallagher when it comes to just ball playing skills. I mean, right now we were killing United last season when it came down to them just playing on a counterattack and them not taking the game by the foot of the neck and just being able to dominate in that fashion. Now you're going to get another guy who's going to be able to have similar traits. And okay, like he's a defensive option. That's good and all. And you could have the pressing to win back the ball early in the thirds and to control the game that way. But if we've seen over the past 2 years a system or tactics in where United haven't been able to control the game the way that they like to do so, then they need guys who can come in there and give some more stability, like a Jorginho type of player. You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on it, really and truly.
I mean, but when I look at Manuel Ugarte, right, I think he's somebody that's gonna do the dirty work, right? Like we saw him during Copa America, Staffy. We watched damn near like every Uruguay game, and I think he looked solid, especially in a very physical competition as well. You know, we all know that the Premier League fastest and most physical league that's in the world. I think to have him as an option right now, I get it, right? 60 million, that would be a lot of money. I do agree with you guys backing out that deal. But it's like you said, like if they do lower their price, right? Say like 35, maybe plus 5 million like add-ons, right? I think that would be a good deal. You have him like in your midfield, a player that's doing the dirty work next to Kobe Mainoo, so that Mainoo doesn't have to do that because he shouldn't have to with the way that he likes to play football. So I actually thought he would fit the way that Ten Hag likes to play anyways in terms of
but he would have to be a squad
style of football.
Yeah, he would have to be a squad player, but they're not asking for squad player fees, which is why I'm okay with pulling out of this deal. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to lose any sleep over this deal. There's so many players out there that could do what Ugarte does. There's nothing that he does that's so special that will cost me 60 mil. I'm not going to lie to you. I just refuse the idea that I have to fund Joao Neves to them. Because we were quoted 120 mil to get Joao Neves. And for some reason, PSG got a discount. They're like, oh, yeah, you can have him for 70. Oh, but give us Renato Sanchez on the loan.
I mean, look, come on. No, is Renato Sanchez, is he only on loan? Like that's not a permanent switch.
It's not even a full, exactly. It's not even a full transfer.
Oh, okay. See, because usually like when you do that, you try and get the price knocked down a little bit. But I mean, look, so my guy right here, big up to you. He says, what about Zubamendi? Like, what replacement?
I would think Zubamendi, but he's not leaving. If I'm being honest with you,
where's he at? Sociedad, right?
He's at Sociedad, yeah.
I mean, all right. So then
he's a baller. I like him.
All right. So then let's say if
I'll take him.
So if Ugarte is not going through, right? Let's say fucking what's your owner's name again, bro?
Lenny?
No, I'm saying like your owner. Jim Ratcliffe. If he comes to Staffy, what are 3 midfielders that we should target since we're not going after Ugarte? What's the names you're gonna give him?
Well, I don't think we need 3 midfielders. I want 2.
Well, no, he's asking you for like a list of like 3, and they're gonna try to sign like 2 or one of them. That's what I'm saying.
I want Zubamendi, but I'm gonna be honest. I don't think we'll get him. I don't think he wants to leave Spain. The guy rejected Barcelona, and to be fair, when you live in Spain, if you reject Barcelona or Madrid, why would I ever think you're gonna go to another team outside of that? Because that's the cream of the crop when it comes to living in Spain. The main issue is that he's Basque and he likes to live there, so I don't think we'll get him. But ideally, outside of all that, if I could get him, I would get him because I need a 6 that, first of all, can play as a lone 6 and someone to help with the buildup because all my players are trash in the buildup. I don't have a single player that I can depend on the buildup. Even Mainoo's not really his role.
Right.
So Zubamendi would be one of them. Rabiot, if he's reasonable with his pricing, I will get him, but he's trying to get like significant money. He's trying to get like 300K a week, something like that. Like apparently he wanted like 100. Yeah, he was trying to get 7 mil net, and I looked it up. That's around like 150, and the tax is like 40 to 45% there. So I said, bro, I was on my channel doing math. I pulled out the calculator and started calculating percentages. And I was like, well, 45, but he's trying to get paid 7 mil. So that means he's trying to get paid around 13 mil, which equates to somewhere between 250 to 300K, something like that.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. He's asking for crazy prices. But them too, I'm not gonna lie. I don't know who else I want like that I could realistically get. Yusuf Fofana is one that stayed quiet, but I would probably go for him. I just need a couple players, and I don't want to waste so much money on one player like they wanted us to do with Ugarte. So, but ideally, if I could get Zubamendi and Rabiot, I'll kind of be content with my midfield this year.
Yeah, but then what happened to even selling Casemiro? By the way, Edwin, real quick, do you rate Casemiro? Just gotta know that.
I rate him enough for him to be a part of the team. I'm not sure about starting anymore, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So all right, cool. So then that leads to like what I want to go to next in terms of I thought this guy was gonna be headed to Saudi. I thought he was gonna be kicking ball with Ronaldo at Al Nassr. But what's happened, Staffy?
I don't know. Ask him, bro. This guy's my biggest nightmare. He doesn't want to leave, bro. I don't know what to tell you. I'm just happy that people are actually waking up to how trash he is.
Like, see, but like when you talk about him like that, bro, don't forget my spirit, man.
But
No. Look, see, like Edwin, see, the thing is, bro, I've been arguing with Staffy. I've been defending Casemiro, right? Like whenever he gets slandered. But I'm not gonna lie, he do look cooked. Like his legs look gone. You saw that first goal for Liverpool that they scored against Manchester United the other day, bro.
He is washed.
Like Carvajal did damn near man towards Achilles. Little faint move, and Casemiro was done. Like Staffy's probably on to something here, man. Why is he still here?
Bro, and I've been saying it for a minute, bro. I didn't need last season to say it. I said it after his first season. I said sell him after his first season. I said he's not good enough. But it's the way that we play. Okay, what do you want me to do, bro? I need a 6 that can play ball. What do you want me to do?
But then
that's the only place I could put him.
Okay, but then what if it's Man United's kind of pricing him like out of move? Because you see, like when these Saudi clubs come in, everybody's trying to figure out how to finesse them.
Bro, he's gonna pay 350K. He's not going anywhere. Let's just be honest.
Bro, you don't think he would have got more to go to Saudi?
I don't know, bro. I really don't know.
Of course. Come on, bro.
I don't know because he still has a lot of years left on his contract, which means you have to pay him a lot to get out of his first contract. And Saudi, one thing Saudi don't do, you gotta understand that Saudi don't pay crazy fees. They pay crazy wages, but they don't pay crazy fees. Like you can't look at Saudi and remind me once, like what's one signing they came in and they spent they splashed like 100 mil on a player. They really don't. They don't pay. They only play it to their players. Like I'm gonna give you a significant amount of money to live here and play here, but I'm not gonna give you a significant amount of money to leave your club. That's one thing I've noticed about them. They're kind of wise. Like I'll lure you in. I'll give you all the money you want as wages, but not as transfer fee. And I don't think. Listen, it looks like maybe like it was just too much, and they think they'll get him in a couple years anyway. So I don't know, bro. It's just like as I said, this guy's my biggest nightmare, and it doesn't look like I'm getting rid of him anytime soon, unfortunately.
But then, like, how long was the deal that you guys gave him? I remember you signed him off us with like 60 M's. Thank you very much.
I think like 5 years, bro. I don't know.
5 years.
Yeah, look at Chow with the last comment. Yeah, I think he's on 5 years.
Oh, well,
bro, he's a nightmare.
5-year contract. Why he wants to? No, it's true. But I thought Saudi would have came in and offered him a nice little bag. Maybe like 400K a week. Get the kick ball with Ronaldo for Al Nassr. I thought that would have been for me. If I was him, I would go to Saudi. And mind you, all that money that they get is untaxed. It's untaxed bread Saudi's giving them. Yeah. So I figured that the personal terms would have been more higher in terms of that's why he would have wanted to leave. On top of that, I think he knows a lot of the United fans don't rate him. Like he's probably clicked on Staffy TV and cried that night, after he probably heard you talk about him. So
definitely not crying, but I hope.
Oh, nah, for sure, bro. You for sure hurt Casemiro's feelings, bro. Like you think that these players don't watch the channels, bro? Come on.
I mean, I'd highly doubt it, but I hope he does. I just hope he knows how much I don't rate him.
Now look, fair enough. So since it looks like Ugarte deals off, right? And again, we talked about Casemiro, a link that's kind of come back that we haven't seen in like a little over a year or so. Frenkie de Jong, back the rumors, Manchester United, they're saying that Barcelona want to get rid of him for about 35 to 40 million because his wages are too damn high. I mean, look, let's be real. Frenkie de Jong's a very good player. And I think most teams should be looking into him if he's willing to take a pay cut. But Edwin, what you saying about Frenkie de Jong? You rate him?
I do, but it hasn't worked out in Barcelona, though. That's the problem. You know what I'm saying? Once you have a whole stint where it didn't work out, then it's like, okay, cool. Will he work out in our system? Will he work out for our team? He possibly could, and I think he would excel for United. I'm not going to lie to you, but I don't know, man. I'm a little skeptical because of how he wasn't able to at least do well enough for what I thought he would have done in Barcelona. So, but I think that United should be looking at him, though. They should be looking at least trying to get him in. I think he's quality for sure. All
right, fair enough. And real quick, first, let's Daffy go. Yo, big up to Jacob, you absolute fraud. We don't want Cuti Romero. Don't believe the hype. That's just Daniel Levy and Tottenham's PR. I saw the stream earlier, bro. But yo, Staffy, what you saying though, man? I mean, I know
America. Oh my gosh.
Wait, what's it again?
I love his name, but I hate it at the same time.
Yeah, bro. Look, man, big up Jacob. Yo, if you guys joined from United Spurs of America, if Jacob trusts you enough or trusts me enough to redirect over here, you guys might as well smash that like button and subscribe to the channel. But yeah, big up Jacob. Appreciate that, my guy. But I mean, Staffy, I know before we went live, you kind of were like, I don't want to talk about Frenkie de Jong. But, you know, good thing that I don't care what you want to talk about. So we're going to still talk about it right now, bro. I mean, like, why is it that you don't want Frenkie de Jong?
I didn't say I don't want Frenkie de Jong. I just won't entertain it because we won't get him. Why am I revisiting?
You don't think so?
No, we moved on from that because we got Merino right now who plays that role. So we're exploring different roles anyways. First of all, he's the highest paid midfielder in the world, if you didn't know that. Secondly, the profile that I need next to Merino is not him. You know, I need someone who could sit deeper with the build-up, or I need someone who's a little bit physical that does the dirty work. These are the two profiles I'm looking at. I don't think there's one DM in the world that could do both roles, unfortunately, which is why I'd rather go for two players. That's why earlier I said if we would have sold Casemiro, I would have been good with getting Ugarte. Getting an Ugarte and a Zubamendi type of player kind of gives me two different options in the midfield. So I wouldn't mind that. Frenkie de Jong, he's not going to come. It's been, this is the third year. I'm not entertaining that again. He's not coming over. I don't even want him to come over anymore, you know, because you didn't want us before, so I don't want you now. Stay in Barcelona. Don't collect your wages. Go be the highest paid midfielder in the world for whatever reason. You know, I don't know why the hell he's the highest paid. I think he's the second highest paid player in the world right now, which is insane to me. And to be honest, I don't even believe the links. I feel like it's either agent talk or just lazy journalism. But I'm really not believing it anyways. That ship has sailed a while ago.
I mean, maybe it has. I think that probably the main reason that he stayed at Barcelona, one, they are a huge club, right? And with him getting paid that much money, I mean, like, why would you leave? But I think he really just didn't leave because of the money, right? Like because I think Barcelona, the reason why he's on such crazy wages, I know that Barca, like, they owe him back pay. And I think it just came back to bite them and kind of added on because I remember they, like, didn't pay him for, like, a little bit of time. I remember that was, like, a thing, like, a year or so. And then now it's kind of like, you know, they have to give it to him. So that's why the wages are so high. But, I mean, look, he's a really good player. And I think I agree in terms of, like, the profile that United need. I mean, like, Kobe Mainoo, very similar, right? But if you're Manchester United, one of the biggest clubs in the world, bro, you need a squad. Like, you shouldn't be saying no to a De Jong if he does want to come just because you have a Mainoo, right? Like, squad competition's good. Nobody's saying to play them next to each other, but then maybe that could be the two that are fighting for, like, that other 8 in the pivot. You know, like, and again, you know,
but there's no midfield where they both coexist, and I think we got to build our midfield around Mainoo anyways because he's basically the best prospect we have. So when I'm looking at what we add, I'm looking to complement what I already have. And he doesn't complement anything I already have right now. Like there's more missing pieces to the puzzle than him. So I'm not really worried about him, if that makes sense.
Nah, fair enough. Like I do rate De Jong. I don't necessarily know if I like him for Manchester United's system at the moment. I think the way that Ten Hag has you guys play, like, why would he go there in terms of he'd just be defending for most of the game and then, you know, trying to counterattack? It's kind of the similar reason to, like, why I say I don't really think that Mainoo is going to develop into the player that he is supposed to be as long as Ten Hag's the manager with the way that they play football. But, I mean, look.
Well, if you get more better prospects and players, then why can't we change the system? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's still a possibility. I mean, I know that we haven't seen him do it in the past per se, but he could use the excuse that he doesn't have the players to really change when he wants to, so he is playing counterattacking football. But if you get a guy like Frenkie de Jong on the ball, then, you know, that's more quality in the midfield to do what you please. It's like having better defenders so you could defend one-on-one as opposed to having Lisandro Martinez back there by himself. So
yeah, I mean, but aside from Manchester United, right, I think they were also saying that he was also being offered to other Premier League clubs. I think Arsenal could use him. Man City. I don't think Chelsea need him, right, with Caicedo and Enzo there. Are you guys hearing the echo? Is that just me? Are you hearing the echo, Staffy? Okay, yeah, it's just me.
No,
all right, no, fair enough. All right, fair enough. Point is, I think there are a lot of teams in the Prem that could use him. I mean, where else you guys could see him going, right? Let's say, so Stafford already said that he doesn't want him at Manchester United. I could definitely see him at a Man City. I think, they need another midfielder that can play next to Rodri as well. Like, they're relying on Kovacic, and then Matthias Nunes is there doing stadium tours on the bench. I mean, that's an area that they got to address. I remember they were being linked to Bruno Guimaraes like a month or so ago, and those rumors have kind of dried up. But if De Jong is on the market, I think he fits right into that Pep system.
Yeah, 100%. He fits them, but are they going to pay that much money for him? So,
yeah,
ideally, he would fit. Probably, if there's one team that fits him in the league, it's City, and secondly, I would say Arsenal, because their styles are very similar.
But they're only saying 35 to 40 M's, bro.
I think he's 35 M's for Frenkie de Jong. No
Yo,
way.
I mean, bro, you know what?
They quoted us like 120 2 seasons ago. You think his price dropped that much?
Yo, bro, I think that those wages are really killing them. Like their fans are sending them super chats on TikTok for them to be able to keep the club running. They're broke. Having to pay that much money is killing them, probably.
And where's the Andrew Tate clip when you need it? You're broke.
I don't even got the clips. Bro. I'm slacking.
But I have it on you, bro.
I mean, like Edwin, like, what do you think about him possibly going to Arsenal, though?
I would take him at Arsenal for sure. I think he's at quality for what we possibly could use. But
of course, you would take him. He'd be your best midfielder.
No, for sure. I don't know about that. I don't know.
Don't do that. Who's better than him?
I don't know, man. It's a guy named Odegaard that's still pretty great and fantastic as well too. So I don't know.
Odegaard is not better than it. I rate Odegaard highly, but he's not better than him.
I mean,
and at least you have Rice. Rice next to him, that's a good combo because they complement each other. One is the runner, the physical guy, and one is the ball carrier. That's actually a balanced midfield.
For sure, it's a great balanced midfield too. I mean, I just think that he's not a prospect that we're looking at right now. I think that we have our heart set on Mikel Merino, and that's where we're gonna go. It's a good bargain deal, and he fits what we need anyway at this point too. So I'm not sure if he'd be our best midfielder though. I really don't, but I do like the idea of him being in that midfield.
Yeah. Look, see, it's right here. They're talking about 35 to 40 M's.
That's calm.
It's not bad. I mean, the main thing is he going to be willing to take a pay cut? Like, that's what I'm more so concerned with. Like, do I have to now pay him those crazy wages because Barca did? But I mean, look, like that could definitely be one to keep. I personally, though, before we move on, I don't think he leaves. I don't think that Hansi Flick would have taken that Barca job if they told him that he's gonna have to sell his best players and miss out on all these different things. I'm trying to figure out like how would that have benefited Hansi Flick. I'm pretty sure he would have wanted the reassurances of what they're gonna do this summer. But look, fair enough. Now, last thing before we move on from Manchester United, bro. And we got to talk about, you guys are trying to do a double swoop at Bayern Munich, De Ligt and Mazraoui. Now, Staffy, I kind of know how you feel about De Ligt, right? We talked about him before, and I know you weren't too keen on the deal. But now, since then, right, we haven't talked about it since Lenny Yoro got that injury, right? So now that might change things in your mind. And then also, let me know how you feel about Mazraoui as well, because to me, these two signings just stink of Ten Hag recommendations, right? Two former Ajax players. And I guess De Ligt, I guess he is kind of needed now that Yoro is injured. But the Mazraoui, I don't get that at all, bro. He's a backup at Bayern Munich, and he's a right back, right? And he's not better than Diego Dalot. And if you guys do sell Wan-Bissaka, this guy is not a like-for-like replacement. So I'm a little bit conflicted with him, but I kind of do get the De Ligt links though.
Well, it's a good thing he's not a like-for-like replacement because Aaron Wan-Bissaka is absolutely trash. So if he was like-for-like, it means we're going to get trash fullback, and I don't want a trash fullback. It's 2024, and I have a fullback whose best attribute is slat tackling. What is this? The 70s? The 60s? I can't even say the 80s or the 90s because they were balling out in the 80s and the 90s. Listen, I'm so happy that he's leaving anyways. I can't wait for him to leave. I'm actually worried that the deal might fall because of the wages thing, because he's trying to get paid. So that's actually worrying me. Mazraoui is a very good signing. He's just, my only worry is that he's injury prone. But for the price that we potentially could get him for, it'd be around like, when you look at the valuation, because we're trying to pay like somewhere between 50 and 60 combined for both of them. That's what the club is negotiating. Technically, when you look at it, it's like you paid 40 for De Jong and then 20 for Mazraoui. So to get him for around 20-something mil or 20 mil, that's not a bad deal at all. And he plays left back and right back. So he's diverse playing. He's a left back as well. Yeah.
No, but
So
he's barely played left back, bro.
no, he plays left back a lot. He's played left back for what's it
Mhm.
called? For
For
Bayern a
Bayern?
lot. And I
All
don't know how
right.
much he's played left back in Morocco because obviously Hakimi starts on the right. But
Yeah.
I think he plays left back there as well. It would be a good deal. And listen, De Ligt, I was skeptical about it in the beginning, but we got Lenny Yoro, and Lenny Yoro was my main guy. I was worried that De Ligt would be the main guy. I never wanted
Yeah.
him to be the main guy. But now that we got someone else, I'm cool with it, you know. And for the deal that it would be and for the price that it would be, it's a bargain to get two players for a combined 50 to 60 mil, you know, and they would start for us right away with our injuries anyways, because Luke Shaw's not ready to start the season. The low just came back. Obviously, Malasia has been God knows how long he's been out for. Euro's out until I don't know, God knows when. What we're in March. He did surgery today, so give it 3 months. So he'll be back somewhere around November. You know, so we're going into the season with the same center backs we had last season. Get him in right now. Get him ready for the Fulham game in 2 weeks, and that's a deal that I'm cool with. You know, and I don't think it's necessarily a Ten Hag deal. I will be honest. You know, I have no love lost for Ten Hag. If he did anything, bro, Ten Hag, all Ten Hag has to do around me is just breathe, and I'll find something to blame him for. But to be fair, these guys weren't our first options, anyways. Like we tried to get 3 center backs ahead of De Ligt. He just so happened to be available because Bayern want to get rid of him. Same thing for Mazraoui. He's just available. We tried to get the Turkish midfielder, Freddie Cardioglu, and we
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
get him for I don't know what happened to that, but him
Yeah, yeah.
being
He
a,
cooked
a
at
a
the
bench
Euros.
option. Listen, I'm taking it because if we sell Bisaka, he's around 18 mil, which means we added a couple mil just to get Mazraoui, who's significantly better than him. So I'll
I
take
mean,
that.
but is he that much better than him, or is he just better on the ball? Because like defensively, and United are going to be doing a lot of defending next season.
That's not true.
What?
That's not true. This is the myth that I want to debunk. People say, "Oh, but we need someone to defend when we concede the ball." Bro, if I have players that are good on the ball, it means I'm keeping more possession. The reason we defend
Yeah.
so much is because I'm going into games with a midfield of Casemiro and McTominay, and somewhere in the back line, I'm having an Erwin Bissaka. That's 30% of my outfielders that can't play ball. No wonder why I'm defending so much. I can't keep the ball. Give me players that can actually maintain some possession, and maybe just so maybe I won't have to defend as much. Maybe against the City, yes, there will be anomalies against City, against Arsenal, against Liverpool, where I'm forced to defend more. Yeah, I get that. But bro, come on, bro. When I'm playing Fulham first day of the season, I'm expecting to have like somewhere between like I don't know, like 55 to 60% possession. I'm expecting to pin a team back like Fulham at home and just attack them the whole game and see how many goals I could score. That's how we should be playing. That's how every Big Six team should be playing. That's why you always look in the big teams. Everyone they have is mainly good on the ball. You see anomalies like Kyle Walker, who's not that great on the ball, but look at everyone around him. Everyone around him is technical. Even the goalkeeper is good on the ball. Look at Arsenal. Only recently have Arsenal started getting rid of the likes of Zinchenko to start adding like center backs who play fullbacks. But even they're amazing on the ball. Ben White, very technical, good on the ball. Calafiori, their new signing, technical and good on the ball. Timber, who played center back for Ajax, could play right back, can be left back, and he's very good on the ball. You know, so everyone they have is always good on the ball. So for us to reach these levels, we just have to start with baby steps. And my baby steps is starting to get fullbacks that can actually keep possession of the ball because that's what a Big Six team should be doing.
All right, fair enough. I mean, like Edwin, what you saying though? De Ligt, Mazraoui to Manchester United. You like the fit? You think that they're gonna work? What?
I like the fit for sure. I think that right now, when it comes down to the injuries, another injury crisis again, which is crazy. Like you guys just can't catch a break. But for what it's worth right now, those are two profiles that I think could help out the team and could be good squad players in the future. So like when it comes down to it, you get them in. They're not going to start for the entire season. I would hope not. You know, I like Gallagher actually. I think that he's a solid option as a player for them. A solid option as for what he would be for them moving forward. Would I really rate him to start the whole season? No, but he's coming in to start for about like what a couple, maybe a month or two, depending on the injury crisis there, depending on how you rate your center backs, depending on what Ten Hag wants to do with his squad selection. So I like the move there. And Mazraoui, like I think that would be a great upgrade over Dallo as well too. So for me personally, it just comes down to
wait, Mazraoui is an upgrade over Dallo.
That's what I think.
Ooh, wait, but you don't think that Dallo had a really good season for Manchester United? He's a good player, bro.
Dallo's better.
I think he's a good player. I like Mazraoui more. I'm not gonna lie.
Dallo improved a lot defensively, which is something Mazraoui's not gonna have. But I'm okay to take Mazraoui's defensive deficiencies in order to control the ball a little bit more.
Yeah, that's my point exactly. Like, if you want to find ways to control the game, then you can't rely on defensive ability more so than not. Like, okay, you're gonna have to sacrifice some of that. That's what we did the first season with Zinchenko here, obviously, right? We all knew he was terrible at defending, but he gave us that extra midfield, and while he was drifting and inverting in that sense. So I like that option for United to be able to say, okay, we have a guy who can be better on the ball and can help us control games better. And yeah, like you said before, you named all the examples. We're not going to be playing City and Arsenal and Liverpool every single time, or for Spurs for that matter. Aston Villa, who's on the rise up. We're not playing those teams every single game. So yeah, there should be much more time for him to be able to control the game alongside with players like Ligt and Kobe Mainoo for the most part. So I like the move. The only issue is I don't like the idea of panic buying, but because of the injury crisis that is in right now, I don't see why they shouldn't be looking at those two guys to come to the squad.
Okay, fair enough. Yo, before we move on, Staffy, what are your targets for next season? Like, what's your expectations for Manchester United? I know that they didn't keep they kept the manager. I know that you didn't want them to, right? But, this is the new reality. I think, just based off how you guys are right now, right? And what moves you think will happen.
As we are right now, we should win the Europa League.
Okay.
No matter even if we start the season with the squad that we have right now, you should be good enough to win the Europa League. Especially that you won't have Champions League teams dropping tradition like they usually do, because it's the new format. So the best team you have in the tournament with you is pretty much Spurs. Let's just be honest. It's the last time Spurs won a trophy. So I expect us to win that. And if I'm being very honest, if United finish fourth, I sat down on my channel. I'm going to say it every day until I see the new signings we make and how we start the season. But as of right now, if United get fourth, I think that's a good season, because I don't rate us good enough to get fourth. I don't think we're good enough, but we'll see. Most of our fan base thinks we're good enough for third. You really look at this team and you think we're the third best team in the country? No chance.
All right, real quick, yo.
The fourth best.
All right, real quick. Bold prediction, both of you guys. You think that Ten Hag lasts the whole season? Edwin, go.
Yeah,
might be because of financial reasons, though. If you're asking me on form,
yeah,
we will be having Ten Hag out conversations for sure. Exactly. I have no doubt. We will go through it. I have no doubt, bro. Listen, I watched the preseason. I saw some of his decisions. I'm like, bro, Wilcox and them people, they're not magicians. They're not going to change this guy. They can only guide him so far until he messes up again. And I've seen some of the stuff that he does, and it's inevitable, unfortunately. Will he get sacked? He might not just get sacked because of financial reasons, because we're struggling with money. But other than that, will he deserve to get sacked? Bro, it's a matter of when, not if it happens. It's just a matter of when will it happen. Will it be before December or after December?
Fair enough. Yeah, go ahead. I don't know if you're interested or not. Go ahead, bro.
Quick. I did. Yeah, I mean, I think he does stay. Quick question, though. I want to ask you guys: do you like the new Champions League format? I don't know.
I didn't really look at it, but I know that it's now like 8 match days. It's 8 match days, and it's gonna go up until January before the knockout stages. Yeah. I mean, look, as a content creator, hey, you know what I'm saying? I don't mind, but I'm pretty sure adding all these games on, it can be good for the players, but I'm not a player, so content-wise, we will be there. But I don't really know how I feel about it until I actually see how the pots look and how it actually does affect the season going forward.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yo, big up to everybody that's in here. My guy TJ is saying 20 likes is ridiculous. Stop, bro. You guys are moving like Megan Rapinoe on the left wing for Manchester United. Come on, guys. Nah, big up to everybody that's in here though. Yo, but all right, enough about Manchester United. Edwin, we're on to your team now. Arsenal, right? You guys are being linked with Merino. I'm also seeing links with that Turkish winger, Yilmaz. I think he plays for Galatasaray, if I'm not mistaken. I mean, what you saying about the links that you guys are getting? I mean, where's the striker links as well? What's going on here?
Oh my gosh, you already know where I'm going with this, man. The window is not over, okay? It's not over for sure. I'm hearing links that we're gonna go back in for Aussie, man. I'm hearing links that Victor Gallagher is on the table. There's a lot of rumors here, all right? But again, you can't really talk about the striker conversation until it's done and dusted. Now, Merino, that's getting over the hump. We all know that for sure. I love the player profile. Quality, can do the dirty work, can carry the ball, can add another goal element to the team, can stabilize that left-handed side, I love that entire move in itself. A bargain, 20 mil. Like, bro, yes. Yes, he wants to come to Arsenal. He wants to redeem himself again. I think that he was okay for Newcastle, though, back in a couple years ago. I don't know why people were saying that he was trash. He wasn't trash, but he wasn't terrible. But, like, you can see the quality. He was one of Spain's best midfielders last season, like in La Liga, at least. And statistically speaking, he was probably the best.
So I saw the stat that he's won the most duels, but
yes, he's won the most deals.
I don't think he complements Declan Rice, though. Like, that's why I don't like it. Now, if you're bringing him in to come off the bench, I hear it.
Why?
But if he's supposed to be starting, he can't pass the ball.
What do you mean he can't pass the ball?
So
he's very gifted.
Wait a minute. So you're gonna have a pivot where both players are not that good on the ball, and if they're being pressed, it's gonna be spooky.
I think Merino is definitely good and better on the ball than Declan Rice is. That's what I think.
I don't think it's that significant.
He's definitely better. And we're pushing Declan Rice to be more up front, to be that box 8 for the most part, right? Merino can sit back there and control the game in that way. And plus, he's. I mean, again, it depends on the squad rotation, but we still have Thomas Partey there too. Like, he's not going to start every single game for the most part, but he does give us another element in that midfield, which I do want right now for sure, especially on the left-handed side. So I'll take that. Yilmaz, I like the player profile. The problem is I don't think he was that productive in Galatasaray from what I'm hearing. So that's the issue right there. But I know that he did a good job of like taking on his defenders and being a nuisance there. Just the finishing was like a big problem that I hear, and I don't know about that because again, like I don't mind us creating chances, but it's Premier League. We know that we're fighting for a title. It's fine margins here. You can't be missing chances like that or big chances like that because of that's not a part of his game for the most part, right? That's why people kind of scapegoated or kind of shitted on Nico Williams and that he wasn't the prospect because, yeah, he created a lot of chances, but his finishing wasn't up to par. He didn't score that many goals. So I get it for sure. But I would still look at him. I'm not sure if I would take him right now. I like Pedro Neto more than I would take Yilmaz right now, if I'm being honest with you. I think that he's a better profile of what we should be looking for to really give Saka that competition on the right-hand side. And also,
but the issue is Pedro Neto's going to cost $60 million. Yilmaz might go for like 20, and you're really kind of buying him for squad depth because he's better. Let me not say he's better than Reece Nelson. From what I've seen, he looks better than Reece Nelson. I don't watch him often to really just make a quick statement like that. But I mean, I think it's more so just to have somebody that's also competent that could come in and give Saka a rest sometimes. I think like that's how they're viewing it. Which Pedro Neto, that's a lot of money for a backup.
You're right. It is for the most part, but I think that if you're competing for a title, then that money to me really shouldn't matter. And again, like if you're comparing him to Reece Nelson, it's like, okay, cool. They're both backups. One can come in and do a job on occasion. Yeah. But we're not looking for just backups, though. We're looking for guys who can come in there and rotate with Saka. Give him a rest. Yeah, sure, that should be first priority, but also like change the game for us. I don't look at Reece Nelson and say, okay, he's going to come in and change the game. I look at him saying, I'm hoping for him to make an impact. Yeah. I know that Pedro Neto would make an impact for us. I don't know if Yilmaz would make an impact for us the same way that I think Pedro Neto or Rafinha could make an impact for us, honestly.
Rafinha?
Yeah, man.
Bro, Rafinha is so ass, bro. This guy is Bolivian.
Yeah, but he's better than Yilmaz?
Brazilian, bro. Yo, Staffy, what you saying, bro? Like, what you think about? I mean, we don't even gotta really talk about like Yilmaz because like those are like kind of like loose rumors. I mean, like, let's kind of more so focus on Merino, right? Like, how do you like that signing if it does go through, and like, how does he fit next to Rice? I don't think they're gonna be able to work next to each other. Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. I thought they needed a 6. I thought they actually needed Zubamendi as well. I spoke about him for United, but I thought originally, since Arsenal are the more serious team between the two and they're trying to compete, I thought they should have got him. But going for a Merino, I'm hearing he's the Xhaka replacement. I'm like, I thought you guys told me Rice was the Xhaka replacement because he did play that left center mid spot last season. Him being in a double pivot with Rice, first of all, I don't think that what's his name plays a double pivot anyways. Arteta. That's the whole idea of inverting midfielders. You invert midfielders to slot in as a second DM. So I'm just looking at it. I'm like, are you going to change your midfield next season? Because now you're telling me Rice is going to be the 6. He's not good enough to be the lone 6 anyways. he doesn't sit and do the role well as a Partey would do, or even a Jorginho, even though Jorginho doesn't have the physical part, but he's much better on the ball. So I just look at how they're trying to put their midfield dynamic next season. I'm like, so that means you're going to play a double pivot, and then you got Odegaard playing in the 10 alone. Does that mean that Calafiori, when he pushes into the midfield, he pushes ahead of Rice, or is he behind Merino? I don't know the dynamics. I need to wait and see it. Is he a bad signing? By no means is he a bad signing.
Yeah, no,
but is he the signing that I would have like? Not that I want for them. I don't care. I'm not an Arsenal fan. But if you would have told me like what's the best signing for him, I probably would have said a Zubamendi over him, or someone who could do that role, because you can't rely on Partey. We've seen it so many times to stay healthy. So I'm really not sure about that deal.
But
it's not the worst, but I don't
though?
think it's the best thing they could have done.
But is he better than Thomas Partey?
Merino, no.
Yeah, so again, like,
but that's a different role, anyways, because he's an 8.
No, yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. I mean, he can, but that's okay. But if he was an 8 at Real Sociedad, now why would you buy him and then bring him to the Prem to play a 6? Like because what you saw him do that made you want to buy him. He wasn't. But he will
be a double pivot, to be fair.
No, yes, I get that. But what I'm saying is, right, and I know you brought up stats like earlier, bro, but like what are his passing stats? Like, isn't his pass like accuracy only like 60-something%? So he's not that good of a passer. Clearly, he doesn't make the right decisions. And we saw and you could double check, you could like fact check me on that, because I could be wrong, but I think I saw something like that. But we already saw in the Euros, right? Declan Rice was getting exposed anytime there was any pressure on him. I think if you bring in another midfielder that can't necessarily get rid of the ball or carry it or receive it from that back line, that's not really instilling me with confidence. Now, again, if you're buying him to come off the bench, if he's just an overall squad player, then I do like the deal. But if he starts next season and if that's the plan is them two, I don't like it, bro. Are you trying to fact check that? All right, yeah. Well, while you fact check that, Staffy. So I was talking to this guy and I was telling him, all right, Calafiori, fair enough. I think that's an immediate upgrade. It's not hard when Zinchenko is your left back, right? Now you're going to go possibly bring in Merino, right? And now you're being linked with Yilmaz or whatever guy's name is. To me, none of these transfers really move me, right? And I don't necessarily think that any of these transfers would necessarily be the reason that Arsenal go on to win the league, right? I don't understand why they're wasting so much time trying to find a striker. Like, that to me is a real obvious hole. You don't think so? Why not?
Bro, people need to understand Havertz is there by design. When people talk about Havertz, we need an upgrade. You need to understand that Arteta doesn't agree with you. Arteta goes into next season. He knows that Havertz is his main guy. So we need to drop these talks. I know people think that they need to get another striker, maybe a backup striker who can come in and help you on a bad day where you're not playing your best football and you have a striker that can get you a goal out of nothing. Basically, on days where you shit house and win, you can rely on someone. Then I hear that, because I don't think they have anyone in their front line that's really a poacher like that. Maybe a Saka on a bad day will bail you out like he does with England. But other than that, they don't really have that striker that gets dirty and just sees the game out and will fight to live another day. However, just Arteta wants Kai Havertz to be starting for him. As I said, this is done by design. Like, he knows what he's getting out of Havertz. So the whole idea that people say we need a 20 to 30 goal striker a season, name them. Name me how many strikers in the world that score over 30 goals a season. There's not a lot of them anyways. It's like 2 of them. Harry Kane and Haaland. Who else scores over 30 a season? If you want to count Ronaldo in the Saudi league, that's about it. There's not a lot of these strikers anyway. So when people say, go get me a striker that scores 30 a season, who? You're not getting Kane and you're not getting Haaland. So who is that? I thought they needed a left winger, don't get me wrong, because I don't trust Martinelli. But
one bad season.
I guess Arteta doesn't agree. I just think it's a waste of time to talk about them signing a striker.
Yeah, but I don't think that he bought Kai Havertz to play as a striker, because you saw at the start of last season, he had Kai Havertz in midfield. And then that was going injuries, so wrong that he had to.
To be fair, he had injuries. Once he started
getting injured to start off last season. Wasn't Partey fit to start off last season? Because I remember.
Yeah, but you had him inverting.
He even moved. Yeah, exactly. He was even moving things around to be able to put Kai Havertz in midfield.
But that's experiment time. That's the time to experiment. But you can tell. Like, I mean, I don't remember his numbers exactly. Yeah. Some of the people told me I think he had like 12 of his goals that he scored last season when he was playing a striker versus I think like 4 or 6 than when he was playing in the midfield, something like that. I don't know. His better numbers came in from the striker, anyways. All I know is that I think Arteta this is a plan. He doesn't agree with anything we say, anyways. So he doesn't believe none of this 30 goal a season bullshit. He knows what he's getting from Havertz, and he's happy with it, and he's starting to strengthen elsewhere. You're saying it didn't move you, and I'm not gonna lie. Maybe it's not, but it's because it's not a shiny toy. It's not shiny signings. When you look at the business Arsenal are doing, it's not the best, but it's better than most teams around them. All City did was sign Savio, so they're doing more than that. Liverpool made 0 signings. They signed a 15-year-old.
Yeah.
What's their name? Spurs are not doing that great business, anyways. You can argue only United has started well, but it kind of slowed down for us too. If we end up with 2 more plays, maybe you'll argue that we probably had the best window. No one else is even making these amount of signings, anyways.
Yeah, see, but then that's not good enough, though, because who has the most pressure on them next season? Arsenal.
No, but they've done the best out of everyone, in my opinion.
By signing Calafiori?
If they sign Calafiori and Merino and 1 more player, that is better than everyone else. Because what have City done as an example? The difference between them is 2 points, right?
Okay. Well, City brought in Savio.
And they're losing Julian Alvarez.
No, yo, bro. Oh, wait, why are you laughing? Because I raised Savio. Don't do that.
No, because Cass. Look at Cass in the comments.
Hey, big up Never a Foul says, oh, you guys talk.
Worry about your riots, bro. I heard you guys have a lot of riots. We'll talk about sports. You guys worry about your riots, bro.
Yeah, man. Big up Never a Foul, man. Big up Never a Foul. But yeah,
remember when he was linked with Real Madrid? I remember those links too, actually. Good time.
Okay, yeah. See, but rumors don't actually mean concrete links. There was no bids. Okay, you guys love to give Chelsea money for players that they don't want. So, that's for you. But what I'm saying is, the expectations are for Arsenal to go out there and win the Premier League, to win trophies. So I think the business that they're doing is not good enough. Because do you think City are just going to be sitting back and what? So they brought in Savio.
What do you expect them to do, though? Let me ask you the question. What do you expect them to do?
Ivan Toney is right there. It's very simple. Go get Ivan Toney. He only has 12 months left on his contract. Yeah, because Arteta's a bum. And he can't manage big personalities. That's why he doesn't want Ivan Toney.
How come anyone else wants for Ivan Toney? Have you asked yourself that question?
Bro, no. Look, see.
No, seriously, that is a real question because I'm actually
Spurs.
No, but I'm thinking about it from Arsenal's POV. You shouldn't be concerned about what other clubs are doing. You got to be worried about what you're doing.
That, but answer that question. Why do you think no one else went in for Ivan Toney so far? The Spurs need a striker, and they're trying to get some money.
But maybe Brentford want a lot more money than what people are willing to pay for a player with 12 months left. Bro, but there were. And I remember 2 months ago. Wait a minute. I remember 2 months ago when everybody was being Tony. I remember there was talks about Brentford wanting 80 million to freaking sell him. I'm like, yo, bro, he only has 12 months left on his 40 deal.
And no one wants to pay it.
So they say.
After he came back and didn't have a good return to the Premier League, it was okay.
I like Toney. I just think something is sus. The fact that none of the big teams want to go for him.
Nothing is sus, bro. Go sign Toney. He's the guy. He's the guy.
Hear me out. Chelsea needed a striker. They didn't go in for him. We needed a striker. We went in for Xerxes. Tottenham need a striker, and they're going for Solanke instead. Arsenal, as I said, I don't think he wants he wants another striker, but he's not going for. There's a reason why no one's going for him, and I don't know what it is. I would love to know what it is, but I don't think they need Toney. I'll be honest with you. As I said, left winger, bro. They got too many goals for me to worry about. Get Ivan Toney. I don't know. I don't know why you think they need Ivan Toney. Maybe in a year they'll need a new striker when Jesus goes. But for now, I don't know.
Who's being linked with Olmo? Is it? I think it's Barca and Man City are being linked. Oh, okay. I mean, but so real quick, back on Arsenal thing, real quick. And I know that we're talking about the Ivan Toney and okay, well, how come people aren't? Do you guys buy stock? Chat, does anybody in here buy stock? You know how when there's a stock that's going crazy and everybody's buying it, but then it starts to fall off a little bit, the price drops, and then you know what smart people do like me? You evaluate the market, right? You're like, yo, this stock used to be $50 for one. Now it's 10. Let me buy low because it has the potential to go back up. It's a good product, good company, whatever. That's what Ivan Toney is right now. A lot of people are sleeping on him, but I think he moves the needle for Arsenal because I'm going to tell you this right now before we move on. If Arsenal do not win anything next season, Arteta needs to be sacked immediately. Him, Edu, everybody. You have to win the Prem, Champions League, something. FA Cup, Carabao. You have to win something, bro. It's unacceptable what's been going on at Arsenal like the last 4 seasons. Now, before we move on, though, bro.
We like his attitude. That's just what it is. We don't like his attitude.
All right. No, look, I'm telling you, it's a smear campaign. That's what's going on, bro. But what's your expectations for Arsenal next season, Evan? Go ahead.
Oh, we winning that thing next season. That's a fact. I think that depending on who we get as far as like the left-hand side of winger, because honestly, I don't really see a drop-off again for Martinelli. I don't. Like, I think that people are jumping off the boat here a bit too quickly. He had one bad season. It was a terrible season at that. But again, that was coming off one of his best seasons the year before. So, and we still scored about 95 goals last year. Yeah, no, I don't think that he's going to have another terrible season this upcoming year. Now, do we need some reinforcements to back him up and Saka? For sure we do. That's why we need to get another guy that can come in and create the game and be another profile to impact the game in that way. But listen, man, I'm happy with the business. Like we always say, like I always say, we don't need much. Like, I know you talk about needle movers, and sure, I would like a striker too, but we don't need much to really get over the line. It was a 2-point difference last year, and it was off of one game. Maybe one game we look back and say, oh, shoot, she never lost that game against Aston Villa. She never drew against Spurs. Whatever the case may be, she never lost against Fulham last year 2-1. But it's fine margins. It really is. I think that all we need is a couple of technical, gifted players who can change the game that don't have to be needle movers, and a better season for Martinelli, and we'll be fine next year.
Okay. All right, we'll see. So if you guys don't win anything next season, Arteta out then, right? No. Say it. Don't say it. Out like after
yeah, for sure. I think that at that point he needs to go.
No. Say if we don't win anything next
season. Like I said what I had to say already.
No, just say it, bro. Look,
I don't
you can
understand now. Listen, I'm an Arteta guy for sure. But I agree. If he doesn't win anything next year, he probably needs to go. We need to find a guy that can get us
probably. Staffy, do you hear? Probably needs to go. Probably. So you already know that means that there's going to be other excuses for why he needs to stay.
But it's a journey to be proud of. That's what we're going to be hearing next season.
Hey, look, Edwin, maybe you guys might go get another dog. You can name it Trophy. So you already got win. You just add Trophy there. And come on.
The dogs that we getting right now is Mikel Merino, Ricardo Calafiori. That's the dogs we adding to the team. You feel me?
All right, fair enough. I definitely do like that. All right. So, guys, we're going to wrap up here shortly. Got 2 more things to talk about real quick. Tottenham, Dominic Solanke. They're saying that they're in for him, right? We all know that Tottenham, they do need a striker right now because their options are Timo Werner and Richarlison. I mean, what do you guys think about that?
I like the
good signing. Not for the price, but good signing.
Yeah.
I
like the move for sure. I love the move.
Oh, you like? Okay. Sorry.
Okay. So then, Edwin, if you love the move, right? Do you really think if they go and bring in a Dominic Solanke, what necessarily changes for them? Because I think the expectations without him are going to be the same even with him. They're going to be competing for top 4. They're not going to win anything.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, it's all about progress, right? Last year, they didn't make top 4. This year, it'd be more pressure for them to get them to get top 4 because of they have a guy who can finish in front of goal. Now, when it comes down to it, like, okay, cool. They weren't that prolific when it came to in front of goal last year. That's where you had all the rumors about, okay, we hate Richarlison. We hate that guy in the third. Now, I actually really do rate Dominic Solanke. I think that, honestly, if you asked me before about, okay, cool, would you take him at Arsenal? I actually would, because I think that he's excelling on a team that's full of, like, mid to bum players, and he's doing a job over there. Now, when he goes to Spurs, or if he does go to Spurs, he definitely could elevate that front line and give them much more of an attack and potent offense there. So I like the move for them, for sure. If you want to be able to be a better team, you pay the fees. That's just what it is, man, at this point in time. They need to find ways to get better players at the squad and into the squad and get better players to be able to compete for more trophies. The goal should be top 4 and more trophies next season for Spurs. That, to me, would be a good season. So, yeah, that would be good enough for me.
Okay. I mean, we'll see. For me, Solanke, look, I think what he did at Bournemouth last season was pretty good, right? 20 or 19 goals? And he does look like a solid striker. But when I just think about 65 million, I'm like, that's a lot of money. But then And Terry made a really good point that actually had me change my mind on how I felt about it. And that's 65 million, right? In today's market, it's not that bad, right? Especially like when you got Arsenal who want 35 million for a bum like Eddie Nketiah. Or you have Chelsea, they're about to buy Atletico Madrid striker that was at like Alaves, and he only scored like 8 goals last season. Samu, I'm not gonna try to pronounce his last name. Point is, something. Point is, I think it is a good piece of business, right? I mean, Tottenham, the way that Ange Postecoglou likes to play, they will create a lot of chances. And if you think if he's in the box more so than like a Brendan Johnson, maybe a Richarlison or whoever, or Timo Werner, then maybe they do score more goals, which then maybe does secure them a top 4 finish. So, I mean, when I look at it from that POV, fair enough. And they got to do some kind of business because it's been pretty quiet for Tottenham. So they got to get something like over the line. The season starts in like another 2 weeks or something like that. So, I mean, look, they definitely do need a striker. They also need some other pieces as well. But, I mean, look, Solanke, I don't think it'd be that bad, though. But
it's not that bad. I mean, like 65, like you said before, is not a bad feat.
Yeah.
And think about it. He's their best player, or he's at least one of their best players, whoever who wants to argue about that, right? Like, they're not going to sell him for cheap when he's the guy at that team. They're not. You know what I'm saying? It just doesn't make any sense.
There's also English tax that kind of factors in here with this price because the Premier League, like the TV money is so crazy that these small clubs, right? Like a Brentford with Tony, like a Bournemouth with this guy right here. Like they're charging ridiculous money for their players because they don't have to sell, right? Like I even saw a freaking like a transfer graphic of the money that's been spent so far in the Premier League, bro. Brighton are damn near up almost 100 million in transfer signings. Brighton. Like these small clubs are making like probably 100 million just being in the Premier League. And I think this is why you see players that are coming from there go for so much money when before, and I know Staffy maybe remembers this a lot better than I do because I probably wasn't watching back then. But like a team like Arsenal, Man United, you could go to a Brentford, slap their owner, throw 20 million down, and you're taking their best player.
Yeah, it's definitely easier before the TV deals. Yeah, it was much easier before the TV deals. When they were broke, it was much easier.
Yo, bro,
that's why we used to go to like Spurs and bully them and be like, yeah, just give us Berbatov, give us Carrick, stuff like that.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like these are nothing clubs trying to charge big boy money. Like Brighton do nothing but waste time every year. Bro, they don't win trophies. They don't come.
Trying to get your sub rate up because if anyone watches you from these nothing clubs, I don't know if they're gonna sub now.
Hey, look, facts don't care about feelings. These clubs are just like place fillers, right? Like they're just NPC clubs, right? Like we don't really, you know what I'm saying? Like they're just there to make up the numbers. Yeah. But I feel like it's ridiculous that they get so much money every single season and they don't win anything. Like you're literally and I kind of sound like Lee Gunner now that I'm thinking about it, but it's like you don't win anything and yet you're being rewarded for it, right? Like how come like a Brighton, right, could spend 90 million. What they do last season, but Girona can't. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, bro. To me, 65 M's, Bournemouth, like that's a lot of bread. I think if they can maybe negotiate maybe like 50 M's plus maybe 10 M's in add-ons, then I think that's more fair. But 65 million for a Bournemouth striker, come on, bro, it's crazy.
Bournemouth just left the chat. I'm not gonna lie.
Bournemouth left the chat. All right, no, Bournemouth left the chat. Yo. Big up to everybody that's in here. Smash the like button. Last thing that we got to talk about real quick is Liverpool. Now, I don't know what the hell they've been doing all summer because it's not signing players. Now, I just got a general question, and I need you guys in the chat, my guy Staffy, my guy Elwin, I need you guys to answer this. Are Liverpool in trouble next season? Like, what are they doing? It's bad enough that when Klopp left, I predicted back when they first announced that dark times were ahead, right? You never want to be the guy that comes in directly after the main guy leaves, right? You're not going to get that much time. The fans are going to have certain expectations, right? Like, when do we ever see a legendary manager leave their club and then the guy that comes in right after him succeeds right away? It doesn't really happen, right? You saw Unai Emery get hounded out at Arsenal, right? You saw David Moyes at Manchester United. There's probably some other examples that I can't think off the top of my head. But point is, it's like if you're dating a girl, chat, and she just got out of a 9-year relationship with her man. You don't want to be the guy that dates her after that relationship. You want to be the guy after the rebound. So that's kind of how I view it. I think Liverpool are going to be in for a wake-up call here. And I think that they've been moving wrong in this window because they should have sold Mo Salah, who only has 12 months left on his deal. They should have maybe sold Trent, who only has 12 months left on his deal, right? Virgil van Dijk's not getting any younger. Andy Robertson not getting any younger. They have players that they could have moved on for big money to properly rebuild underneath Slot, but they've not done that. You guys are all gassing up Michael Edwards and everybody else, but at the end of the day, your owners are still FSG, and they're awful. And I just think it's going to get worse before it gets better. But that's just me. What you guys saying?
Oh, boy. Dark times are ahead.
You agree?
No, I don't agree fully, honestly, because I do think that Arne Slot is, from what I've seen so far in preseason, I do like his tactics for the most part. It looks like it's going to be a little bit more free-flowing. They might have the opportunity to still like control games and whatnot. So I like that aspect. The only problem is you need more infusion of players. And like, I think that they'll still be in and around the title competition, like come December, and that's about it. They'll fall off after that. Maybe even before they might fall off, honestly. But I think they'll still be good enough to at least compete for the top 3 spots for the most part. But they won't be able to reach the heights of what they want to reach because they haven't signed anybody to help that squad. It's an aging squad. And I don't think that Mo Salah getting a haircut is going to help them at this point of their career.
What?
So I'm just saying, bro, he got a fresh cut. He's looking.
He didn't get a fresh cut. He went to Turkey. That's what he did.
I'm screaming. Well, either whatever way you want to put it, like, yeah. Is not going to be able to have the potential to reach what they want to reach. Because last year, they were in the title race. That was with Jurgen Klopp, right? Agent squad, I'll bet either way. Now we're going into another transitionary period, and we don't know how he's going to really play, even though I do like what I see so far from him. Either way, though, it's going to be some type of learning curve for him as a manager, managing these players at least. So, I don't know, man. I really don't know what they're doing right now. It's really looking bad if you're a Liverpool fan, because it's like, yo, we're close last year, kind of, and now we don't even have. We might fall off the park. We might be in the race depending on what we do. It's just, I don't know, man. I don't know what the direction they're going in right now.
I think they'll be fine.
But like,
they have too many world-class players for them to have a significant drop-off. You could argue that they might struggle throughout the season and have a season where they're expected to finish top 4 and they kind of finish around 5th, because they had a couple of seasons like that before. They've shown that. But I think Arne Slot has already shown me that he's more tactically flexible than Klopp. I'm being honest with you. Because Klopp had one way of playing and one way only. And no matter how many players he had available, injured, he'd always play the same way. I looked at the way he played 2 days ago. They beat us 3-0. They beat us on the counter. When's the last time that we played Liverpool and they just hit us on the counter? You know, we actually had the ball and they just hit us on the counter and they defended well. You know, for once they didn't look exposed like they usually do. Because usually Liverpool games are like ping pong games or like basketball games. So much back and forth because they just attack. For once I saw them calm. They're like, all right, if you want the ball, take the ball. Just don't think you're good enough to have the ball, but we'll give you the ball. And that's what they did. They just gave us the ball and they hit us on the counter, and their counter was pretty good. And they do have players that can play different styles. They were good on the ball. At moments they stood on the ball, took their time and whatever. And at times they just hit us on the counter and blitzed us. And that's the technical flexibility that they didn't have before. So I think Arne Slot will be fine. It will take him some time to adapt to the league. But once he has Trent ready and Alisson ready and Van Dijk ready and Salah's already ready, he'll be fine. I thought they would drop out of top 4, but I don't think they will.
No, so I think that they will be in the mix for top 4. I like how people say that they're like locked in for a spot. I don't necessarily agree with that, but I mean, of course, like if I had to put money on a team, yes, then I would think they would be in there. But I don't think it's just going to be that cut and dry. On top of that, it's like I brought up earlier. Why not sell Mo Salah? Why not?
Now,
bro, he only has 12 months left on his deal. You could probably go get 100.
Who cares? You're talking about this. Are you talking about economics or are you talking about this season?
No, but what I'm saying is
for them in preseason.
Oh no, okay, look, fair enough. But at the end of the day, I don't think Liverpool are going to win anything next season. I think their best chance of winning a trophy is going to probably
come Salah. That makes more sense. If
no,
you don't think
what I'm saying is
the best player.
No, because now you can use that money to reinvest into the squad, bro. FSG were never owners that just spend money anyways. Like Liverpool are a sell to buy club, right? I know last season they bid for Caicedo late, and everybody now thinks that they just spent. No, that's not what Liverpool do. That's an anomaly because they were desperate. okay? But they usually sell players to buy. I think there's a reason why they ain't buy nobody yet. Who's left? So now you're going to be asking Slot to go into this next season, right? You have a team that's damn near run into the ground. These guys have been running their ass off for the last 9 years. Most of this squad has been there a majority of Klopp's time, right? This is why towards the end of Klopp's tenure at clubs, it usually kind of falls apart a little bit because the style of football that he had, is very tiring on some of these players. They're aging as well. So if guys only have a year left on their deal, and now maybe Liverpool think that they will win something next season. I mean, in my opinion, I don't think with Salah there or not, you're not going to win nothing. That's what I think. Why not sell him?
They have a better chance with Salah there. I get what you're saying.
But you're going to lose him for free. How does that benefit them?
I don't think he's leaving for free next season.
Bro, he has 12. So where's the extension then? He only has 12 months left on his deal. You don't think Liverpool would have been offering him new contracts from 2 years ago? How has it got here? Same thing with Trent. You guys see what Conor Gallagher just went through, right? You guys see how Chelsea, that's how Liverpool should be moving with those two. If you're not going to sign an extension, you got to leave. Like, to me, look, I think Slot, I've caught a few minutes of the Liverpool games. It looks decent. But I just don't back somebody to come in directly after a legend leaves and continue those high standards. I see Slot out of there in like 2 years.
Not a stretch.
Well, I don't know. It depends. That really does depend, honestly. It really does. I think like I said before, like they're gonna be okay next year. They're not gonna be terrible, but I don't think they're gonna be a team that we're gonna talk about and say, oh, they're gonna challenge the top two for a title race. It's not gonna sustain for that long. But I mean, yeah, the squad is aging, man. So I don't see how they can sustain any type of momentum for a title push anyway at this point.
I mean, but the thing is, though, and then you also pair that, again, as I said, FSG, you pair that with owners who are not ambitious at all, right? I think Liverpool and Klopp could have won so much more if they backed him, right? But they didn't. He's had to go out there with damn near the same starting 11, the same squad most years. And now you're going to compare that with the expectations because Liverpool fans, right? They were in the mud before Klopp came. Now they've had 8-9 seasons of being up there and competing and playing really attractive football. I think one thing, bro, and people say that Liverpool fans are patient. I don't think they're going to be that patient if things don't click pretty early on. But, question for you guys from my guy, Christopher. He says, question, if Slot challenges for the league, was Klopp overrated?
No, because the context matters.
Yeah, facts. Like you can't compare that within one season.
Okay.
Like I'd have to look at the season. Like if he competes for the league and City don't finish on like 90 plus points like they did every time on their club, then that just doesn't mean anything. Because when Klopp was losing leagues, he was finishing with 90 plus points.
Facts.
So it really matters. Like I would have to wait until the end of the season before I can say something like that.
Hey, big up Steve. Second ever super chat on this channel. Look, bro, might have to start changing my number and give you guys my my agent's contacts. We're moving up in the world. Feel like Staffy now, but now big up my guy Steve. He says Slot is what? He's a great manager. Okay, so Slot is a great manager. I don't think they drop off. They'll finish second. Man City first. Liverpool to win a cup.
Second.
If Liverpool comes second next season, Edwin, don't go anywhere. Do not go anywhere. You make yourself very available.
He won the league with Feyenoord, bro. You got to respect the accomplishment. Winning the league with Ajax is much different than winning the league with Feyenoord. He won the league with not the top two teams in the Netherlands. He was the highest paid manager in the Netherlands, and he doesn't even manage Ajax. So,
all right, fair enough. Oh wait, and Van Dijk has 1 year left as well. Yeah, I don't know like what the Liverpool board is doing. Like, how do you let these contracts just run down for all these very important players? It's a little bit weird. But what were you saying, Owen?
They're not challenging for the league next year. Like, we'll just put that to bed right now. I finish second is crazy. First of all, I think they might have the potential to drop out of top four, honestly, but. It's a middle ground here for me. Like they're not going to be too good, not going to be too bad to really say much. But I also do see them more likely than not. I would see them dropping out of top four more so than them competing for a title next year. I'm not going to lie to you.
Ooh, okay. Well, we'll see. Last question from the chat, real quick. Did I lose it? Okay, so Ward, so he asked this to Steve, but I kind of want your opinions on this. So he said, Steve, so do you think Slot is a top 5 current manager in the Prem?
No.
I don't really know how I would rank the order outside of the top 3, which I think is Pep first,
Arteta,
Unai Emery second, Arteta third, and then I think the other two, you could like be like a little toss up.
I'll take Eddie Howe over here right now too.
Over Slot.
Yeah.
Eddie Howe over Slot. Okay. One more then, right? Or do you think he comes 5th?
Let me think about that. I like Angie Ball too. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Skoglu, okay. What you saying, Staffy?
I like Angie Ball. I think he comes
Eddie Howe over Slot is crazy.
Well, no, I'm talking about just like your top 5, like current managers in the Prem.
I don't think it's that
Like,
crazy.
do you think Slot is in that conversation?
Eddie Howe was not winning no league in the Netherlands, bro.
I mean, fair enough. He asked me my list though. My list is very important. And what I see,
Eddie Howe is definitely nowhere.
Newcastle,
He's nowhere near top 5 in the league. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Ooh,
Who's my
nowhere
top
near?
5?
Okay.
Yeah,
go
he's
ahead,
not no top 5, bro. Who's top 5 in no order? Pep, Arteta, Unai, Slot, and Den Hag maybe 5th.
Ten Hag 5th.
Wait, how did you grill my top 5 by putting him in there? I don't understand.
Well, I mean, because Ten Hag CV,
Yeah.
his CV.
Ten
his
Hag-
I think
CV.
to be fair, he still managed to win shit over years.
Fair.
And
And he did
Trophy.
have a good time with Ajax. I just think he overcomplicated his football at United. I don't think he's generally this horrible of a manager. But with United, he's bad with Thomas Frank. Come on, don't kid me with that one.
Thomas Frank.
Slot is
Yo,
better
you know
than
what's
Ten Hag, I'll tell you that.
Yo, you know what was so crazy, bro?
Crazy.
I think that the Premier League is so overrated. It's like everything about the Premier League is just. I think it's the most entertaining league in the world, but I think in terms of quality, it's
Wait, I forgot
massively
Ainge. I
overrated.
should have put Ainge. I put Ainge over Ten Hag. I fucked up on that one. I thought
Okay, yeah. And didn't he
Ainge
win
is
some
better
trophies
than-
at
so there you
Celtic,
go.
right?
I mean, I don't care about his time at Celtic.
Angie
I
Ball.
like the football that he plays at Spurs.
I
He's
mean,
very
I think
fearless.
Postecoglou a little overrated. To me,
How? It's his first year. He's very fearless.
yeah,
Very
but he's
fearless.
tactically naive.
Yeah, I don't like
This
managers
guy
who
makes
only
no
play-
in-game adjustments, bro. Carlo Ancelotti makes in-game adjustments. Pep Guardiola makes in-game adjustments. And those are probably the only 2 teams in the world that don't really have to worry about what the other team is doing because they should be able to play their ball against anybody. And these great managers still adjust. But Postecoglou can't? What the fuck do you think he is? Nah, not for me. But, yo, we'll end it here, though. Yo, shout out to my guy, Edwin. Shout out to my guy, Staffy, for joining. Look, their socials are right here. Also, Staffy's title, his channel is linked in the description, in the title. Fuck, I can't talk right now. Click that. Go over there. Give him a subscribe. He's trying to 5.5K is the next target, or we just aiming just straight for 6.
Bro, we don't aim for big stuff.
Yeah, he said that. Yeah, man, we don't do like the little increments, bro. We ain't talking about the big numbers. Yeah, so make sure to go over there, subscribe to him. Banter him, call him a fraud and whatnot. And then, go over to Edwin's IG and just cook him because some of the takes is crazy. But nah, big up to you, man. And again, big up to the chat. Tomorrow, we will be back tomorrow. Well, not we, but I will be back tomorrow. It's actually a pretty busy day for me. I'm gonna be rolling out a new show. It's gonna be Real Madrid focused that I'm trying to do. Also gonna be doing a transfer live stream probably. And then we will be here for a watch along. Real Madrid versus Chelsea, our last preseason game. I think the chat and I think everybody wants to see a baby Pele hat trick. I think that'd be a perfect way to go out. But yo, Elwin, Staffy, anything that you guys want to say before we end it?
Big up, Staff.
Big up. Just make sure you guys like, sub, get Will to 5K. My bad. I'm a little bit beat right now. That's why my energy's a little bit drained.
No
but listen,
problem,
bro, it's almost 9 p.m. and I start work at 9 a.m. So I've been here for 12 hours.
Yeah.
But listen, big up. It was a good show. Nice to meet you, Edwin. And big up to the chat. Like and sub. Get my guy to 5K. He's a fraud. Absolute fraud on and off. Listen, not just YouTube. This guy's an absolute fraud in real life as well. Like, forget YouTube. Just having conversations with this guy, I don't know why I accept him as a friend, but for some reason I do.
He's lying, bro. When Staffy met me, this guy didn't stop smiling the whole time, bro. Like that's just what it is. You know, look.
Why would I smile? That is gay. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh my god,
bro.
He couldn't stop smiling. What? Just end the stream, Dave. End the stream.
You see how y'all gotta make it a pause? So like now it is a pause moment because you made it a pause moment.
Yeah, bro, you're the one who said he couldn't stop smiling when he
met
me. Hey,
what I meant was, all right, wait, no. See, we're not gonna.
Your words better.
Chat. You guys know when you link up with your boys.
No.
And, yo, hold on. And you just happy to see the guys. You like, yo, my God, what's going on, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all.
You're
I'm
not saving
saying.
this one, bro. I'm not gonna.
All right, bro. Yo, smash that like button on your way out, guys. I'll catch you tomorrow. Again, follow my two guys here, and we'll catch you next time. Peace.